Guys, I think the sun might be trying to tell us something, so let's take a look at it here in a minute, and I want to show you what I found. But first of all, we're over here at spaceweather.com. They're predicting, as of today, April 12th, 2016, tomorrow on the 13th, chance of geomagnetic storms here on Earth as the result of a large coronal hole that is now facing Earth. And that's very true. What a coronal hole is the absence of the sun's atmosphere. The sun's atmosphere, in a sense, filters the pure light coming off the surface of the yellow dwarf. And that surface carries a different frequency when it's unfiltered. It's like filtering water. It's very basic, but it's quite more complex when you're dealing with a star. But anyway, it has multiple layers of atmosphere. That's normally what we feel is that energy that's filtered through those layers. When it's unfiltered and it's just raw energy coming off the surface of the sun, yeah, Earth reacts a different way to that type of energy. And so do you, by the way. You are a biological antenna, and you feel that energy too. I've proved it years ago. But I want to talk now about this sunspot. See where it's at right here? This is from the SDO spacecraft. Here's a picture of it from someone way down in Australia. And this story doesn't surprise me at all, and it doesn't surprise me that they're putting up a story from Australia. See where the sunspot's at? They're showing it basically equatorial. This has been on my mind for a few days. Here is a picture of a friend of mine from Central Texas. They took this picture on the 10th, and this is just with a camera, not a telescope, camera. And there's the sunspot way up there at the top, okay? We're going to go to this story here it's coming out of Israel. It was on Yahoo, but it's coming out of Israel. Talking about the sunspot and how it's turning to face Earth, but in this photograph, it's showing it way up at the top of the sun. And in fact, it's almost perfectly consistent with my friends, Michelle and her husband from Central Texas. They took this picture on the 10th. This is the 11th. Same exact spot, right? Now we're going to go to the SDO. I'm going to show you by comparison. We're going to graph the sun, dice it up into 4 equal sections, and you can see April 11th from a camera. There it is, way up here at the 1 o'clock position. Come over here from the SDO's perspective, and the SDO's perspective is from up here in space. It's looking at it at a slightly different angle from Earth, right? So SDO is looking at it this way, and it's showing it over here at the almost 10 o'clock position. And we're seeing it up here around the 1 o'clock position. So what are we looking at? That's several degrees in variance. See what I mean? I guess what I'm getting at is this. Has the Earth changed its orientation in some way? Is it off track? Is it off path that what we're normally used to? Has it tilted? I'm just asking these questions out loud because I don't understand this phenomenon here. I have done this before with my own instruments and some very basic Mylar film and a video camera that's got a pretty good zoom on it. Zoomed right in, and there it was. It matched up perfectly with what the SDO was showing us right here on Earth. Now here on Earth, folks are taking pictures just like I was doing with a camera, and it's showing it in a completely different place. Should be over here. April 11th, April 10th. April 11th, April 11th. Why the big difference? Has Earth's orientation with respect to our star changed? And if we were to notice a difference in Earth's position, the first place you would see it would be right here on our own star. Not the stars up in the sky. You would notice it here on our star first. And the very easiest way to tell would be some sort of an anomaly on the surface of the sun, because without this anomaly, without this viewpoint, we wouldn't know. It'd be a big blank disk, and it's a round sphere, so we wouldn't know any difference. Now it's got a landmark on it that we can use as a guide. We are looking at this thing differently from Earth than the SDO seeing it. It's undeniable. I have done this before myself. Why the big difference? And why are they putting stories out there from different parts of the world? Israel, right here. We jump over to space weather, showing a person from Australia seeing it way down here. Israel, way up at the top. Texas, way up at the top. So is the southern hemisphere of Earth getting a different view of the sun than we are in the northern hemisphere? I don't know. But all I know is I have done this before with my own instruments, and they've matched up perfectly, always. And that's a very, very big target. It is not hard to see, and it would definitely be there. There it is again from Israel. So you tell me, has the Earth tilted? Is something going on? I don't know. But if we're going to notice it, we're going to notice it with our star first. And your star is a yellow dwarf, by the way. That is a yellow dwarf. But that's not the point here. We're looking at the sunspots and our perception of these sunspots. Why are we getting so many different views of this one particular sunspot? I don't know. It's just a heads up, guys. But to me, something looks very suspicious. Thanks for watching.